All right, what's going on, everybody? I haven't done a video in a while, so I thought I would do one today. I just dropped the kids off at school, and I've got a little bit of a road trip planned. And so I wanted to do a mileage video for highway mileage. I did one a while back for some in-town mileage. It hadn't really taken a long trip that I was unloaded. So this is really the first opportunity that I've had to do something where I didn't have a trailer or a camper or something else behind me to get kind of an accurate reflection of what highway mileage would be. So I've got probably 300 to 400 miles today of interstate driving, which will be averaging about 70, 75 miles an hour. So we're going to do a mileage video today. We're going to compare the hand calculated numbers with what the truck says. And so stay tuned for some highway mileage info. Alright, so we're going to do a real world review on what the highway mileage is on a 2019 Ram 3500 dually. And so a lot of videos or posts on forums you'll see where somebody's claiming to get 20, 22 miles a gallon out of an 8,000 pound diesel truck. While that may be possible in short term, I don't believe that's sustainable. So I always try to do real world tests and do them hand calculated. So over a sustained amount of time and getting you some exact numbers, not just what is on the trip computer. So if you have a dually or you're looking at a dually, mileage is probably not your biggest concern. There's nothing in this size with this much capability that's going to get really great mileage. So you're going to have a price to pay. You're going to have to make a sacrifice for the ability to tow and do all the things that you bought a dually to do. So don't expect anything great out of a dually, and then if you get something that you think is great, then maybe you'll be surprised. So we'll take a look today on this road trip and see exactly what this truck does on the highway. So the pump just stopped, and so what I'm going to do is let it sit for just a second, put it back on the first click, and then wait for it to stop again. And there it is. So now we'll reset, and then we'll see what the computer says. All right, so I forgot to reset the trip meter. So here we go, zeroed out. So I had a video a couple of weeks ago about some AC problems. Been on a couple of different forums, and it seems to be a common issue, as it was with the 1500s. So I contacted Ram. I actually took it to the dealer. I talked with somebody at FCA about it. Basically, all the information that I've gotten and that I get from other people basically say that the air conditioning system is performing within the manufacturer's specifications. And I think that seems to be the consensus among everybody. However, also the general consensus is that the manufacturer's specifications need adjusting. And there was some change between the model year 2018 and 2019 in how the AC performs. So that's kind of been an ongoing thing over the last few months with the truck. It's one of those things that's not really become a deal breaker for me yet. You know, you read on some of the forums where guys are like, oh, I'm trading my truck in or I'm selling it. It hasn't really gotten to the point for me yet to where I want to sell the truck, and I'm in the hottest part of the year. So if I can make it through this part of the year, I'm going to be good when it becomes colder. So not a deal breaker for me yet, but it definitely is something that I wish performed a little bit better. My father-in-law has a GMC. My wife has a Honda CRV, which has like a little hamster wheel engine with a turbo on it, and it will freeze you to death. And so here I have this huge diesel truck with this huge diesel engine, and I'm blowing like 58-degree temps out the AC. So that's something that I wish was a little bit better, but for the most part, that's something that's really, I guess I'm hoping that Ram will get a fix for that. If enough people talk about that, maybe there'll be a recall, maybe there'll be some sort of adjustment. So if you guys have one of these trucks, any 2019 fifth, or as they call this, some people say the 4.5 gen trucks, call Chrysler, let them know you're not happy with the AC. If you're having issues, please let Chrysler know so I can get my AC fixed. All right, just got back to the gas station. Been a long day, and so coming back actually to the same exact gas station and the same exact pump. So this is going to be probably the most accurate reading I've done for mileage testing. So we'll do the hand calculated numbers compared to what the computer says. So while we're waiting on the pump to stop, let's go ahead and take a look and see what the computer says. Alright, so it says I went 252.6 miles, and the pump just stopped, and it shows 18 miles a gallon. So let the pump rest for just a second, and then put back on the first click like we did before, and then that's it. And so that shows 14.70 gallons. So let's do 252.6 miles divided by 14.70 gallons. And that comes out to 17.18 hand calculated compared to the 18 that the truck said. So pretty close as far as numbers go, less than 1 mile per gallon off, which is actually probably pretty good for these trucks. And so that was averaging around 75 probably. And so, you know, 17.1 hand calculated numbers, not too bad for an 8,000 pound truck. So I hope that helps if you're curious about what the mileage is on a Ram 3500 dually. This truck has about 5,600 miles on it right now, and I can tell you the mileage has gotten progressively better since the truck was new, and so I don't know where that actually stops, at what point it will stop getting better, but 17.1 cruising down the highway all day, that's not too bad.